Dr. Robert Sinnott is a noted chiropractic speaker in the areas of chiropractic philosophy, neurology, and clinical practice. He has authored numerous works in those areas and has served as the chairman of the Council on Chiropractic Philosophy of the International Chiropractic Association. He published the Green Books on CD-ROM in 1997 and the Textbook of Human Adaptability, which have become acclaimed resources for the chiropractic profession around the world. Dr. Sinnott graduated with research honors from Palmer College in 1989. In his career spanning 3 decades, he has received many honors and awards for his efforts on behalf of the chiropractic profession, including the Legion of Chiropractic Philosophers degree in 2000, diplomated in Chiropractic Philosophical Standards in 2005, and was a Fellow of Chiropractic Philosophy recipient in 2010. He has been involved in designing, teaching, and hosting the Chiropractic Philosophy Diplomate program since its inception. With his wife, Gail, who he credits to have done all the work and received none of the credit, he maintains a private practice in Frankfort, Illinois. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Robert Sinnott to our commencement stage today.
That guy sounds amazing. Let's see if I can do some justice. I can't tell you what an honor it is to be here today. I, of course, want to start by being able to see. Much better. I want to thank Chancellor Marchiori for the wonderful invitation to be here today, and Dr. Weinert for that very flattering introduction. But we're not here for that today. We're here for you, these 66 people gathered in front of me. When I received the invitation to be here today, I thought of all the great chiropractors that have hailed from the halls of Palmer. I thought about my mentors. Each and every one of them went through the same room, graduated from the same stage, and received the same diploma as you today. Parents, grandparents, spouses, distinguished guests, faculty, and of course, my newest colleagues. We're here today to see years of plans and dreams take a major step toward fulfillment. For today, your loved one becomes a doctor, not just an ordinary doctor, but a most special doctor. In these uncertain times, they're desperately needed. To the graduates, the sense of accomplishment you feel is palpable to everyone in this room. Everyone in your family knows what you've been through to get to this place. Your pride is justified, not just because it took a tremendous amount of work, but I promise you, it's worth it. No class in our 125-year history has been able to choose the world to which they graduate. These are certainly different times. To this point, the history of chiropractic has been written for you. From this point forward, you will become co-authors of our profession's destiny. As JFK said, few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events. It is from numberless diverse acts of courage and belief that human history is shaped. The stresses upon the average family have never been as dramatic as they are today. Right now, you know something they don't. They need you. The people in the community you decide to dedicate your life to have no idea how the onslaught of daily life upon their systems will affect their health and their lifespan. As you know, when the ability of the body to adapt to stress is impaired, they will suffer. Scores of researchers at major universities have devoted recent decades to this very point. Poorly adapting individuals are less healthy, have higher rates of cardiovascular disease, sleep poorly, relate poorly in relationships with family and coworkers, suffer higher rates of digestive and respiratory problems. They have found that the reason that people fill their emergency rooms and critical care units in later decades of life is from poorly adapting over decades, seemingly symptom-free. They illustrate that a prolonged shift in the nerve function is the cause of irreversible multi-organ failure in later life. Why do they say irreversible? Because they can't do what you do. For the same reason, a brilliant researcher makes the point that a child with poor levels of adaptability will be sick for the rest of their life. It is uncorrectable in their antiquated paradigm. This old paradigm of fighting disease has failed. It is without question or argument a fact. The old paradigm is so ingrained in our culture that scientists can't imagine a way out at a current level of thinking. As Albert Einstein stated, we can't solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. You have a unique position in the future of healthcare. That unique position was formed in D.D. Palmer's seminal question of why. He asked why two men working in the same shop, breathing the same air, eating at the same bench, why is one sick and the other escapes unscathed? Why? What is that difference between them? D.D. went on to say in his first two of his four postulates, disease is not an entity. He was making the case that health is the entity, not disease. When he said disease is not a thing of enmity, he was pointing to the weakness of the heroic application. Traditional medicine teaches that the doctor dons the cape and attacks the fabled odor of disease. Now medical educators and researchers have banded together from across the globe to push for a paradigm shift in their focus of fighting disease to one of optimizing health. While Dee, who put forward this model, his son BJ, his brilliant wife Mabel, their son David, all who ascribe to and push forward the same model throughout their leadership of this profession, are sadly not here today to bask in adoration they so richly deserve. Science has shown that even though it has taken them over a century, their efforts are accepted as a reality today. They are grasping blindly for what you already have as graduates of the Palmer College of Chiropractic. This movement in medical education is not merely a singular educator here or researcher there. It's being supported by the medical faculty at Georgetown, the University of North Carolina, across this country, and around the world. The chief mathematician for the U.S. Army even has a leading role in pushing for a paradigm shift to look at health instead of disease. All of this because they're finding the need to answer Dee-Dee's original question of why. Yes, these are unique times. As this year showed, health is the entity. All over the world, some are considering the importance of optimizing their health for the first time in their lives. Yes, it's out of fear of susceptibility, but the end result is the same. They seek health. They no longer want to be the first man in Dee-Dee's example. What can medicine do to optimize health? It is simply not in their wheelhouse. They do not have the unique tools for unlocking health that you have been given by the finest chiropractic faculty in the world. I have had the privilege to speak for chiropractic schools around the world, and I promise you, there is no equal for those that stood in front of you in these hallowed halls. Palmer Pride is not just a saying, it's a reality, and one you will soon share in. Our commencement speaker 31 years ago was none other than the greatest philosophical mind of our profession's history, Dr. Galen Price. When I crossed the stage here at graduation, I recall it like it just happened. I began to step down the stairs on the right after being handed my diploma, and I was struck with fear. Wait, I don't know enough. There was no bolt of lightning. I don't know everything. I expected like some magical thing was going to put it all together for me. Was I ready to make my faculty proud? But the reality is you are special in the world of healthcare, and you are most certainly ready. You are walking down those same stairs today with a growing body of information supporting what you will be doing each and every day in practice. We have begun to unlock the riddle of Dee-Dee's question of the differences between two individuals. Science is at the doorstep of confirming that not only that health is the entity, but now we have the ability to show with extreme levels of probability that the specific chiropractic adjustment taught to you by the finest technique department in the world improves in organizing the coordination of the body. Advanced mathematics is doing this today. As a matter of fact, we have a data scientist who has a PhD in mathematical physics who's putting a lot of these algorithms together. It's absolutely incredible what they're finding. This was a dream at my graduation 31 years ago. You have this information today. I'm jealous of you. I'd love to trade places in the profession with any of you. Such an opportunity ahead of you. I have 31 years behind me. I would like to go out there today, armed with what you have, things we didn't even understand 31 years ago about the body. We're still finding anatomy. It would be a dream for me to have the length of practice left, as do you new graduates. My dear friend, Dr. Bart Turl, has been in constant practice since his graduation in March of 1949. Yes, he's in his 72nd year of practice. I wish that for you. I wish you the passion and drive of a Dr. Turl to offer what you have to the world with such clarity that retirement is a threat, not a goal. You will have the experience of seeing things for the first time as a chiropractor, the first time a child takes their first steps as a school-age youngster. You will see parents cry because their baby, who never sleeps, is out cold in their arms before they walk out your door. You will have the experience of seeing athlete after athlete hit new PRs after your care. You will offer dignity to someone suffering the ravages of time and the life of not knowing that health comes from inside out. You will excitedly and initially recognize that you have families with 4 generations under your expert care. And most importantly, you will have the opportunity to see a majestic mosaic form on the wall of your brain when the bits and pieces the faculty made you learn come together and offer you chiropractic wisdom. Yes, I'm truly jealous because you can only have those first-time experiences once. My hope for you that, like me, it never becomes mundane. Every patient is a new experience, a new opportunity to teach them the answer to Dee Dee's question of why. The word doctor, as you know, means teacher. Teach them about the entity of health, not disease. You have what the world is currently seeking with great zeal. You have the keys to unlock the imprisoned rivulet of communication in the body. You offer the opportunity for health, greater than any gift to mankind, more valuable than any financial wealth, for it cannot be bought, bargained for, or ignored until needed. Now, before I end this time with you, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. I ask that you never take full credit for the amazing things you will see each and every day in practice. First, always give credit to the innate abilities of their body to heal itself. When you give that specific adjustment, free of pills, potions, extraneous barnacles, they will feel you fix them. Make sure they know that you removed an interference to the natural and normal process of health, the vertebral subluxation. They must know this in order to understand where health comes from. Secondly, take the time to contact the faculty member that gave you that gold nugget that helped you with a patient. Write them an email of thanks and appreciation. You'll get to see that live and in person. The brilliant faculty here made the conscious decision to offer what they know to you instead of practice themselves. They need to know they made a difference for you and those fortunate to be under your care. The illustrious faculty that poured their immense knowledge into you, sometimes seemingly with a fire hose, would be honored to know that they have made that same difference in your practice. Show them your gratitude when you envision their lectures in your practice, leading you to the answers you need. Honor their effort. Faculty of mine have heard from me many times over the years because it is right to give credit where it is due, and my practice is a direct reflection of what I was taught. People ask me what I do in practice. I do exactly what you were taught to do. When a patient is awaiting your care, that primary focus needs to be, is this patient adapting properly? This mentality is what separates you from the ordinary medical doctor. For as Dr. Palmer wrote, the one cause of all incoordination, symptom, and/or pathology in the living world is a failure to adapt to our internal and external environment. If a person in your community is not adapting properly, and they have a vertebral subluxation, there is a need for you. The one cure is the innate ability of the body to heal itself, nothing else. So make certain they understand that health comes from inside. In our office, we have patients daily thank us for the specific care we provide. Often I make a point by saying, "Great to hear you're doing well. Did you take the whole bottle of tablets that Gail gave you at the front desk?" And they'll say, "What? Well, she didn't give me anything to take," like I shorted them. And I tell them, "So I did not put anything into you. I don't recall grabbing a scalpel, rearranging your anatomy, or taking anything out of you either. So what did I do to you?" And we have a nice conversation about what that means, because it shows them the entity is health and there's an obstruction to healing. They need to understand this point to know where health comes from and how they heal. Yes, analogies may seem simple, but it's imperative that those under your care realize the source of their health lies within. When you see cognition of your vital point as it takes hold of their thinking, there's no feeling like it in the world. You've unshackled their thinking and brought it forward into a modern age of science. On behalf of all those countless people in your communities, infants and children enduring colic, failure to thrive, asthma, bedwetting, whose life is less due to suffering from a life subjected to a wrong paradigm, thank you for dedicating your lives to make theirs better. I recall the feeling of sitting in your shoes today. It was a combination of accomplishment and the anxious waiting of the final seconds of the clock to tick away before 5th grade was over for the summer. Dreams of the awaiting summer fill your minds. What would the 11-year-old you say about you 10 years from now? Don't be shown up by the dreams of an 11-year-old. Be adventurous. My wish for you is, 1, to never be satisfied in your comprehension of chiropractic philosophy. It is the compass for your decades-long journey. Seek true north. As Abraham Lincoln stated so well, important principles may and must be inflexible. Realize now today that your feet are on solid ground and stand firm. Never relinquish the bedrock beneath your feet. Secondly, to be a master of your chosen chiropractic technique, find the best in those ranks and let them teach you.
Hang on.
Seek mastery. Third, to have the intellectual curiosity of an 11-year-old. Never be satisfied with your current understanding. Science continually grows and expands. Seek truth. If you could ever meet the 11-year-old you, I would want you to be proud of what you became. Fulfill those dreams. Take the time to become engaged with your alumni association and other chiropractic associations as well.
American Radical.
Refer students you think would be great chiropractors and give the faculty and administration here the chance to prove you right. 9 of my patients have become Palmer chiropractors. Our 11-year-old grandson Austin is in the audience and may become the 4th generation of Palmer chiropractors in our family. Palmer class of 2034. If I say that enough, he'll do it. I wish you every success, but what does it mean to be successful? B.J. Palmer said, to be successful, the chiropractor must be the very soul of integrity. He must practice with all his heart the principle of restoration of the mental impulse supply from brain to body. He wrote that in 1929, and now 91 years later, he's still right. Be there for the people who pray in solitude, for hope for their children. Be there for the elderly who've done their best for the world only to be left alone and wrecked with incoordination from verbal subluxation. Be there for the millions of families that need to know that their best days are not behind them, but ahead of them. Be there because without you, chiropractic will not realize the change it so desperately needs. Be there because you know you must. For those who know the truth, there is no ignoring duty. The burning ember inside each of you, once ignited, causes you to awaken to meet the task at hand in a way you never thought you were capable of. In a few short moments, that clock will finally tick off those last seconds, and you will be told to move that tassel across your cap. Be confident that each and every one of you are ready to meet the challenges that lie ahead, and in the summer season of your lives. Now, go out there, dream big, and be daring. Thank you. Congratulations.